Emma in Switzerland, Understanding Swiss Pensions, a podcast series by Profond. Welcome back to Understanding Swiss Pensions with Laura and Emma. Today is already our last episode. As always, here's a quick reminder at the beginning. Laura and I are AI-generated figures created to help you understand the Swiss pension system, especially the occupational pension, also known as the second pillar.
We answer the questions expats often ask us in a clear and practical way. Our answers have been reviewed by experts at Profond.
I'm Emma, an expat like many of you. Over the past year, Switzerland has slowly started to feel more like home. It's not just because I know where to find the best coffee, it's because I've built real connections here and found someone special. Suddenly, the word future feels different. It's not just about my retirement anymore. It's about us. The other evening, we were cooking together, trying to make Zerkirgeschnetzeltes without calling his mother for help, when we somehow ended up talking about what would happen if something happened to us, and I realized that I wasn't entirely sure how protected we actually are under the Swiss system.
And a warm hello from me, too. I'm Laura, your pension fund specialist working for Profond, one of Switzerland's leading pension funds. Emma, that's a very natural question, actually. Many people only start thinking about survivors or disability benefits when life becomes more serious, when relationships deepen, and when responsibilities grow.
Yes, in our last episode, we discussed what happens to your pension if you leave Switzerland. Today, we're shifting perspective.
Exactly. Today, we're talking about protection and how the second pillar can support your loved ones in case of your death or disability. However, please keep in mind that we can only give you general information about the Swiss pension system. I strongly recommend consulting a professional advisor to clarify your personal situation.
Death or disability are topics many of us avoid. But as expats who are often far from family, it's probably even more important.
Absolutely. Let's look at what the occupational pension actually provides and what you should actively check.
Laura, many people think of the second pillar as only retirement savings. But that's not the whole picture, is it?
Not at all. The occupational pension is both a savings system and an insurance system. It provides retirement benefits, as well as disability and survivor benefits in case of death. Disability and survivor benefits are financed through risk contributions. These contributions are collected separately and function like insurance premiums. These contributions are shown on your pension certificate. In Episode 3, we explained how to read the pension certificate step by step. If you're interested in learning more about that subject, I recommend listening to that episode.
So part of what we pay each month doesn't get saved, it insures us.
Exactly. It works like a built-in safety net.
Laura, let's start with disability insurance. What would happen if I could no longer work due to an illness or accident?
If an insured person becomes unable to work due to illness or accident, the pension fund may provide a disability pension after a waiting period. At Profond, the waiting period is usually around 720 days. The amount of the disability pension depends on the insured salary and the degree of disability. Children may also be eligible for a disability child pension.
So again, is this part of the insurance function?
Yes, it is. It may protect a percentage of your income if you lose your ability to work.
That's good to know. Now, let's move on to one of the most difficult topics, death before retirement.
If an insured person dies before retiring, the pension fund provides survivor benefits. Under the Profond plan, this benefits may include a spouse's or registered partner's pension, children's pensions, and potentially a lump sum death benefit. In many cases, Profond pays out the accumulated retirement capital to eligible survivors as death capital, depending on the situation.
What about unmarried couples? Many expats aren't married.
Good that you mention this. This is why it's very important to take action. If you are not married or living in a registered partnership, you will not automatically receive survivor benefits. According to the Profond regulations, a life partner may be eligible for benefits if certain conditions are fulfilled. For example, the partnership must have existed for a defined minimum period. The partner must be financially supported, or you share responsibility for joint children.
So do you have to actively notify the pension fund?
Yes, marriage is automatically recognized. A life partnership usually requires written notification to the pension fund. If you don't register your partner in advance, they won't receive benefits.
That's a big deal.
It is. This is one of the most common blind spots.
So how does the pension fund decide who receives what?
There is a legally defined order of beneficiaries. The first stage is prescribed by law and includes 1. The spouse, 2. Minor children, 3. Registered life partners. However, under certain conditions, pension funds can extend these beneficiary groups. Sometimes, insured persons can have a say in the matter.
So I shouldn't assume that the money will automatically follow my will?
Correct. Pension benefits follow pension law and the pension fund's regulations, not necessarily inheritance law. It's important to closely review the provisions of your pension fund. I strongly advise you to seek professional advice to maximize your beneficiary's financial security.
And what if someone dies after retiring?
This depends on the retirement option chosen. If you choose a pure lifelong pension, the spouse's pension rules apply. However, some pension funds, such as Profond, also offer a type of pension called a pension with capital protection.
That sounds interesting. What does that mean?
With a pension that includes capital protection, the following applies. If the pension recipient dies early in retirement, the remaining retirement capital, or part of it, may be paid out to their survivors. In other words, the accumulated capital is protected to a certain extent.
So it's a way to combine lifetime income with capital protection?
That's right. It offers more security for certain beneficiaries. When they retire, the insured person must choose the pension with capital protection option. If they don't, they will receive a pure lifelong pension. To finance the capital protection, the conversion rate is lowered by 0.2 percentage points for life. This means that the pension amount is lower. So, choosing the right option is an important strategic decision at retirement.
Why is it particularly important for expats to register a partner or clarify beneficiary rules?
Because many expats have partners abroad, live in international family structures, or are not automatically entitled to Swiss survivor benefits. So remember that not registering your partner or not clearly defining who will receive your benefits can lead to serious financial consequences. In addition, cross-border inheritance and tax issues can arise. I, therefore, strongly recommend that you clarify your family and tax situation by consulting a tax or legal advisor in Switzerland and in your home country.
So, Laura, what should listeners do after this episode?
Think of 3 practical steps. First, review your pension certificate for risk benefits. Second, clarify whether your life partner is officially registered. Third, check the beneficiary designation with your pension fund. And if you're planning to retire soon, evaluate whether a pension with capital protection is suitable for you.
Thanks, Laura. Let's go over the main points from today.
Of course, Emma. First, the second pillar provides benefits not only at retirement, but also in case of disability or death. Second, disability pensions replace part of your lost income. Third, survivor benefits can include pensions for spouses, partners, and children. Fourth, life partners must often be actively registered with the pension fund. Please check with your pension fund and seek professional advice to maximize the financial security of your life partners. Fifth, pension benefits follow pension regulations, not automatically inheritance law. And sixth, retirement models like pension with capital protection may offer additional security for beneficiaries.
In short, your occupational pension also provides family protection?
Exactly.
Laura, this is our 5th and final episode. When we started this journey, I honestly felt overwhelmed by the Swiss pension system.
And today?
Today, I understand the 3-pillar structure and the clear responsibilities associated with each pillar. I also see the importance of understanding my second pillar.
That was exactly the goal of this series, to turn complexity into clarity. Keep in mind, even though our podcast ends here, you can always find up-to-date and helpful information on the Profond website. We've included the link again in the show notes.
To everyone listening, thank you for joining us for Understanding Swiss Pensions with Laura and Emma. Remember, we are AI-generated characters created to guide you through the system in an accessible way. though the responsibility for your pension planning is very real.
Stay informed, ask questions, and take an active role in your retirement planning.
Thank you for listening, and goodbye from Switzerland.
Goodbye.